So listen, just like hoping, praying, crossing my fingers that I get it. And they're cutting the grass again. I will be back. I'm about to plant these carrots though. I'm all over the place today. I'm just chilling. Thank you, Bootstrap Farmer, for providing me with these awesome products. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out of my backyard. But today we're up on the porch because it is fall seed starting time, and I'm going to show you everything that I'm starting. So it is July the 27th today. I am kind of late. I'm very late for my Brussels sprouts. I think that I start my Brussels sprouts way too late every year, which is why I never get any Brussels sprouts. It gets way too cold before they get to, growing. So we want to make sure we get our Brussels sprouts started today. But we are starting seeds a little bit different this year. If you have watched any of my old seed starting videos, you know that I normally start in like the plastic trays that you can get from Amazon. It comes with a whole bunch. They do break a little bit, but I am still not against using those. I've used them for a while, and you get a lot at one time. And so if they break, you get a whole bunch anyway. But you also know that I start in like fruit containers, and I'll cover them with plastic. Just an easy way to start seeds. But this year, Bootstrap Farmer sent me some of their trays and starting tools. So listen, I have been watching these and I see people use them all the time. But I was like, well, I'm growing fine in what I'm growing in. But I unboxed these and I'm like, oh, this is nice. So very sturdy, and they're flexible though. They have these little holes at the bottom so that you can just push your starts out. I think that is really cool. I like that there's a lot of space, so your soil is going to be able to get airflow. Like I said, easy to push up, nice, durable, very durable. Look, it bends but also goes right back into shape. So I'm very excited to use these. They also sent me some of their cups. Listen, and so much space for drainage. Also has a hole in it. And like I said, they're flexible. So when you're trying to get your starts out, you could just push it. Very, very flexible. But I think also going to be durable and long lasting. I'm so excited for these. Y'all know I get excited, right? Y'all know I'm not a fancy gardener. Like I don't do a whole bunch of fancy stuff. And I said it over on Instagram and somebody was like, anything other than not fancy or something like that. But I normally just do what I can with what I have and move along. Anyway, they also sent these. They'll hold the tray, so you can put them on top of these durable things. Now these I have thought about purchasing before because I use the trays from the dollar store, and these just are much sturdier. They're not going to be falling over and your seedlings falling over in them. But this sits right on top. Now I would like for them to clip or click or something because they do move, but I imagine once you get all of your cups in here, they won't move much. But see, you can sit all of your seed starting things in there, and yeah, I don't think it'll move much once you get it filled up. But I think it is so cool, right? And I had the option to get humidity domes, and we all know that's what I do. Like when I say I use the plastic wrap to cover it, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm creating a fake humidity dome. So very happy to get the humidity domes because I am a humidity dome believer. I use them. I think that if you get enough humidity in, hold the moisture in, your seeds will germinate quicker. That is what I have found. Your seeds will germinate quicker, and then you just take it off. So very much a believer in that. All right, so Bootstrap Farmer, thank you very much for sending this over. I cannot wait to use it. I really do think I'm gonna love it. Oh, the other thing I love so much is all the different colors. Like, it makes you happy. The colors make you happy. Anyway, what am I growing this fall? I do need to get some more seeds, y'all. I am behind. I am behind. And I have not started any seeds. So listen, last night I worked until like 9 o'clock. It was a Friday night and I worked until like 9 o'clock. But that has been my life for a while now. Y'all are not, if you're not new here, you know that's been my life for a while. So we got a lot of stuff to do in the garden. But I said the first thing I'm doing this morning, the very first thing I'm doing this morning is getting my seeds started. Because also, if you remember last year, I got them started, didn't take care of them. They died. I had to buy them from the store. So there was things I didn't have that I wanted. So I said, we're going to go ahead and get these seeds started today. And then we'll get out into the garden later. Also, I got up this morning and made me some espresso shots, because this company sent me an espresso machine. I can't wait to show y'all that. Anyway, so I have coffee that is comparable to Starbucks, y'all. It's comparable to Starbucks. I'm excited. Anyway, what am I growing this year? I know y'all like, she is all over the place this morning. I am. It's okay. Anyway, all right, so we have some Long Island improved Brussels sprouts. I have not successfully grown Brussels sprouts yet. I want to. I like Brussels sprouts. Like, I make a Brussels sprout hash with like bacon, onions. It is delicious. And I need some Brussels sprouts out my backyard, because I can only imagine what they would taste like out my backyard, because I like them out the store. Like, I think it would be delicious. Groninger Brussels sprouts as well. We're going to grow some of those. My broccolis. We're going to try purple sprouting broccoli again. I think it's just pretty. Purple is my favorite color, so we all know I just think it's pretty. Green Goliath. I've had much success with Green Goliath. At least I think I have. It's either Green Goliath or Green Magic. Either way, my broccoli does pretty good all year long. And they grow in those garden beds that's giving me a fit this summer. Anyway, Waltham 29. I think I got that from a seed swap. And then some broccoli rabe. I love broccoli rabe, y'all. It's a little bit bitter, but it's delicious, you know, like sauteed or in a ramen. Like, I love broccoli rabe. And the thing about broccoli rabe is it shoots up like little broccoli sprouts, but you can eat the leaves and everything. I think it's so good. And if you get them young, they're so sweet and tender. I absolutely love them. So listen, this is either Mosh or Mache or something like this. I got this from Kids Seed Co. Always talk about them. They're over on Instagram. And this was a free seed. And as I understand it, it is super cold hardy. Like, will grow all the way through winter. You don't get a lot of like burn or anything off it. So I'm very excited to try this. I can't wait to try this. This is a new seed for me this year. Cannot wait to try that. These are very old carrots. Very, very old carrots. You see I wrote on it 2020. So listen, I am not starting those in these seed containers. We're going to go out in the garden and plant these in some of the extra bags that are still open. So that's an old variety. I don't even know what it is. And then I have a rainbow mix too. And so listen, we all know when I grow root vegetables, I go digging. I'm going to try my hardest not to bother those carrots this year, because I'm getting better at growing carrots. I am getting better, but I don't leave them long enough. The other thing we are starting today, nice and early, are the Texas grano onions. So, Texas grano, I've had a lot of success with it. This year, I'm not going to attempt to try something different. It makes no sense. I know the Texas grano grows really well. Now, what I do know is I did not overwinter them. The year that I had my best success with Texas grano, I didn't overwinter them, right? But they also didn't get huge. So we're going to try to overwinter them. And then in December, we're going to start some more to put out in early spring or late winter. However, you know, I'm not really sure when we'll put them out. But we're going to put them out kind of early and try them again, because my onion harvest was trash this year. Okay, the next thing we're going to grow are collards. And so, you know, I already have tree collards in the garden, and they look horrible right now because it's not the season for them. But we're going to leave them, let them keep growing, and I'll start getting new leaves from them. But they're out in one of the block beds, and listen, we're going to leave those. All right, we have some older Vates collards from 2020 from my local feed and seed store. And then we have some Georgia Southern collards. Georgia Southern Collards are delicious, y'all. I think that, I'll mix mine if we're honest. Let's just be honest. But I think like the way that they grow, they have like nice, I don't know how you would call them. They good, y'all. All right, we're going to do some kale. And this is a curly kale. I just like the way they look. I think they're so cute. It's a dwarf blue curled kale. Lacianato kale. Love the way it looks. Love the way it tastes. Very good. Both of those varieties are very good for kale chips. And I love kale chips. And someone asked me about, like, what are they? It's literally me rinsing off the kale, putting a little bit of oil on it, putting a little bit of seasoning on it, and then putting it in the oven. Letting it cook a little bit. It'll get a little crunchy. And then you have kale chips. I think they're delicious. And then red Russian kale, which is just a very beautiful kale and also a delicious kale. Y'all, I am down to 6 white Vienna kohlrabi seeds. And let's just be clear, we will be ordering more. Like, I don't have any more kohlrabi seeds. I grow a lot of kohlrabi. I love kohlrabi. And I know people are like, it's always the free seed because nobody wants it. I heard somebody say that. There's not a bunch of people. Y'all know how I do. I've heard someone say, like, it's the free seed because nobody wants it. I want all the kohlrabi. I think it's so delicious. And then I have an early purple kohlrabi too. And then the last thing that I have right now that we're going to start today is some tender sweet cabbage. And I figured out last year that I wasn't leaving my cabbage long enough. Like, I was thinking by the time spring got here, I should have cabbage, but that's not true. It was deep into spring when I finally got cabbage. So now I know, leave your cabbage longer. Put them in a place where you can leave them longer. So I'm going to figure that out. But listen, today we about to get to starting these seeds. And then we are going to probably go in the house because I got to take my daughter school shopping. We'll finish up school shopping for my daughter. I have to go to work tomorrow. Actually go physically into my job tomorrow. So I'm just trying to get a lot of stuff done today. I need to go take care of the chickens. Probably going to make a second video all in this one day because I need to go take care of the chickens. I think we're going to pull that sunflower out. It's just big and all over the place. Thing is, I'm going to put a picture. It's not a really good picture, but I'm going to put a picture right here. The birds, like the yellow finches, are all over it. And I love to look at them. I just think it's the cutest little thing. Plus, it's like me feeding them. So, I'm trying to figure out, is it annoying me enough to stop feeding the yellow finches and singing them? We'll figure that out. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to start these in the small cell trays first as they grow because I am in zone 7B in Virginia. It does not get cool like, under 90 or high 80s until like sometime in September. So I'm not gonna plant these out until early September. So they'll get like 6 weeks of growing time, 6 weeks or so of growing time, and then I'll put them out. So yeah, we're not putting them out too much earlier. Like my planting charts and things say that I can put them out in like mid-August, and maybe that's why I get later harvest too, because I put them out much later. But normally it's just the plants struggling. Like I have put them out in August. Like my first time planting a fall garden, I put them out in August and they struggled and things ate them. Early September you get a little bit of that, but then it starts to cool off to the point that you don't have that problem. So we're not gonna plant these out in August, so they'll get a good amount of time to grow. My tattoo, which I meant to show y'all, is it's peeling, so we're gonna put these gloves on. And then I got this one. This one did not hurt much at all. Neither one of them really hurt. This one stayed a little bit more painful, a little bit longer. I know y'all don't care about my tattoo. I'm still gonna talk about it. All right, let's get these seeds started. So my soil that I'm starting my seeds in is just a container mix from Miracle Grow, but it is Miracle Grow Performance Organics. So it is organic. Oh, so listen, if I was doing this in the little plastic seed trays, most of this would have got stuck at the top. The tray would have started bending, and I mean, not that it's a hat, like, it's not anything I can't get over. It's a first world problem. But what I will say is I did like that much better. It makes getting it into the containers much easier. Now, I'm starting with the performance mix. It does have big pieces in it. If I see a big piece, I'll just take it out. But I've had no problem just starting in regular container mix. It's what I always start my seeds in. So we're going to go ahead and fill these trays up. And then we are going to write out the labels. And I do label at the start anyway. Look at how pretty these are, y'all. It's all different colors, just sturdy. Like your seedlings are not going to be like rolling around in these. I like it. I like it a lot. So let's get these up, filled up, and then we're going to start some seeds. Okay, so we got all of the cell trays filled. Very easy. So I don't know how to explain it, but like when you're filling up those flimsy trays, it's a little bit of a hassle. Like I said, first world problem, to like just get the soil to go down in them. The way that these are designed, I think they're wide enough and at the top, and because they're sturdy, like the soil just goes right down in them. That saved me some time. Anywho, I also have these cute little tags. They came from somewhere else. I want to say, I don't remember where they came from. But anyway, so it's going to be like a cute little colorful thing of seeds this year. I absolutely love that, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and write out the tags. But while we write out the tags, I'm just going to kind of talk about fall, like growing in the fall. So when I first started growing vegetables in the fall, I did this thing where I covered with plastic and all of that stuff. The last 2 years, I decided I wasn't going to do that. Now, the first year, the Arctic blast came through, and I lost all of my vegetables. Pretty much all of my vegetables, except for, I think, my leafy greens. I really can't remember, but I lost all my vegetables. And so, if you decide you don't want to go through the hassle of making hoops and covering with plastic and then coming outside and uncovering, in zone 7B you can grow like that. You'll want to check your zone to see what people recommend, but just be ready to lose if you get like a unseasonable cold snap, or I don't want to say unseasonable because it's winter, but unnormal, like it's not normal, out of the normal, whatever you want to say. I'm just talking while I write these. So you can do that, but you also can cover, and you literally can grow all year long if you do that without feeling like you're gonna lose your plants. A lot of fall vegetables are heavy feeders, so just make sure that your soil has a good amount of nitrogen in it. So for nitrogen, I use fish emulsion. Does really good for me on nitrogen, but I'm also starting to use comfrey tea, which is what I've been using on my summer garden. Not as much as I should have, but it has worked for my summer garden. So if you can get your hands on some comfrey, and a lot of people have been asking me, where did I get my comfrey seeds? I didn't start my comfrey from seed. I feel like I said this, but and if I did, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that I'm answering people, because I don't get to answer comments as much as I used to. I didn't start mine from seed. I was in a seed swap over on Instagram, and a group of us went in and purchased the roots. Like we all went in, paid I think $10, and we purchased the roots. And so that's how I started it. But if you get one good plant, you can separate it. It also spreads, and it comes back every year. So I think that it's a really good thing to add to your garden if you are interested in it, because it can be used for fertilizer. I don't use it medicinally, but I've seen people make salves out of it and things like that. But anywho, I didn't start mine from seed. I feel so organized right now. I feel so organized. I think all the colors are making me happy too. Who knows? I could be a little different sometime. All right, the hearts are gone, but I have more colors. And so I started, I think I counted 12 in each. So I have 24, because I'm gonna put a lot of the onions in their own cell, just because they have a long time to grow at this point before I'm gonna plant them out. And I had planned to do my onions in the bricks during the summer. I wanted to see if it would work, but I never got around to it. So that's that. Last one is the tender sweet, because the carrots are going down in the bag, right? So those are all of the vegetables, and then the rest of these are going to be onions. So I'm just going to make one tag. Oh, I have a red one. Make one tag that says Texas grano onions. So here's the thing about these too. Bottom watering, like that is my thing. I like to bottom water. I don't prefer to spray across the top. I will, but I don't prefer it. So I can grab one, pick it up, and then just water down into the tray, and then everything will get watered. So I really like that about them too. I just clean my porch off. I make more work for myself, y'all. Alright, so hope y'all can see that. We are going to go ahead and just start dropping onion seeds in there. And so listen, I got onion seeds in the house from all of those onion flowers that I got last year. And so if I run out of these, I'm just going to go in the house and grab some of those seeds and get to planting. My neighbor started cutting the grass, so I turned y'all off, but we are back. I got all of the onions planted out, so now we're just gonna cover them back up, cover the seeds up, just lightly toss the soil back over the seeds, and in a few days we'll start to see them germinate. So all of the onions are planted. So what's that? 9 cell trays of onions. So excited, but I'm always excited, ain't I? And so the next thing we need to plant is the cabbage. Now, one of the things when you are starting seeds, make sure you don't plant them too deep. If you plant them too deep, then you know, they may not come up. So I think they say like 2 times. The hole should be maybe 2 times the size of the seed. Now I don't come out here with a ruler or anything and make sure I'm planting 2 times. I just make sure that the hole isn't too deep so that the seeds can come up. Because these seeds are also pretty small. I think y'all can see that. They're not large seeds. I also put 2 seeds into each hole. That's just what I do, just to make sure that I get germination. But if I don't get germination somewhere, I'll replant a couple of times. And then people ask me, how do you garden with those nails? Listen, these nails help me get seeds planted so easily. So this is how I garden with nails, especially with small seeds. And they're cutting the grass again. I'll be back. Okay, so we are done. My neighbor was cutting the grass, and like I said, I got something to do. But we got everything planted out, and I put the humidity domes over everything right now. So super cute and cool. I love it. I'm gonna leave them on the porch. I'm gonna leave them on the porch because life right now is busy, and so I feel like if I put them over in the greenhouse, there is a chance I'm not going to pay attention to them. I'm going to bring a watering can up here. I have 2, so I'm going to bring a watering can up here with some rainwater in it, and then I could just come out here in the morning, see if they need some moisture, and then just pour some water in the bottom, and then it'll soak up from the bottom. That's called bottom water, and I think I said it earlier. That's what it means. You just pour the water into the tray, and then the soil soaks it up, and then that way you're not watering from the top, perhaps maybe getting your seeds moved around. You know, that's just the way I like to do it. You don't have to do it that way. So we are about to go downstairs. Well, we do got to go off the porch and down the stairs, but anyway, we're about to go down into the garden, plant out the carrot seeds, and then I'm gonna see y'all later. But listen, we have so much work to do in the garden, and today is not gonna be the day that we do it, but we have a lot of work to do in the garden. We planting in bags, so we got our gloves. We do have a good amount of stuff out here that I need to get. Also, I saw a squash, and I'm just like hoping, praying, crossing my fingers that I get it. These spiders is taking over too. Look at this big old thing right here. I ain't fooling with him. I ain't. Look how big he is, y'all. He got him some in his web too. I was sitting on the porch and watched him catch that. That's how big he or she is. I don't even know. But oh my goodness, these spiders is everywhere. And somebody said they might be invasive. I'm not sure. I get them every year, so I'm not really worried about them. I enjoy having them here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like go around them a lot, but I enjoy having them here. Like, he's across the walkway, so I'm gonna have to knock that web down. But I'm gonna make sure I don't kill him. Somebody was telling me a story the other day, and they were like, spiders are probably the most resilient of the insects, because like they take time to build their home. Someone knocks it down and they just build it again. Like, how cool is that? That is resilience. My random talking this morning. Oh, let me show y'all the moringa that did survive. We got some more growing time. I think I'm getting a moringa, y'all. Look. Do y'all remember when we planted these? Do you? Look at that one. One of them didn't make it at all. This one is still fighting. Still fighting. We love that. The garden will teach you resilience. We random right now, but I just came out. Girl. Stop. Stop it. Just stop. Oh my goodness. You cannot even... Like, oh my God, y'all see it? Those are squash bug eggs. But I'm gonna show you my squash since I'm over here. Hold on. Look at it. Look at it, y'all. I might get a squash. And I might not, because like I just showed you them squash bug eggs on that plant. And yes, I will probably get those off. When I say I don't do anything for insects and pests, I don't, but I will just get those off. Like when I say I don't do anything, I'm not going to spray or anything, but I'll probably get those off. But let's go plant these carrots, because I gotta go. All right, so we got these 3 bags right here. It's a potato coming out of this one. I'm gonna pull it, and then we're gonna go ahead and put some carrots in these bags. Y'all remember the peppers we moved into the bags? Look at that. Whole bunch of peppers on there. They were already on there, but I did not pull them. I just let them stay when I moved all of those peppers. So yeah, pretty excited about that. Let's get these carrots planted. Okay, so I went and got my stool. We all know why. I need to be able to move if I gotta move. All right, let's see. Maybe we'll just leave that potato. Let's see what happens. All right, so as it stands, carrots don't need a lot of, like, they only need a little burrow. So when I say that, I just mean you don't have to do any deep holes. And in reality, you could literally just sprinkle them across the top and then move the soil around a little bit. Like, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sprinkle some seeds. And then I'm gonna move the soil around a little bit, because they don't need to be deeply planted. But what they do need is for that soil to stay moist on the top. So that's how I'm gonna do them. And then I'm gonna make sure that I water them a good amount, you know, to make sure that the soil stays moist. But here's the other thing. They're over here behind this trellis that has like filled out. And so there is a good amount of shade as well, because my sun comes from that way and they're behind the trellis. So that is a plus as well. But I'm gonna come out here, make sure that I keep this soil moist to make sure that I get me some carrots. Also, I sowed a lot of seeds. Those seeds are very old. They're from 2020. We're in 2024. So I did overseed to make sure that I get germination. I will come back and thin. When I say thin, I'm just going to pull quite a few of them out of the bag in order to give the ones that I leave the space. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I am gonna leave that potato. I'm really gonna see what happens. I think it's a red one, might be a blue one, but I'm gonna leave it. See what happens. Probably gonna take the energy from these carrots. Crazy part is I know that, and I'm still gonna try it, right? Anyway, we're gonna get this done. There are so many. I'm looking around because I haven't been out here, and there are so many peppers that are ready to go. Lots of shishito. I had them with dinner the other night. The tomatoes, it's time to pull them. I'm pretty sure it's time to pull them, but we have some that need to ripen, so we're gonna leave that until then. We have a lot of the blue butterfly. Whatever I planted over here, I cannot remember what it is. I'm thinking it was a cuckoozy gourd. There's a lot of flowers on those too. Yeah. So I might do a garden tour tomorrow for y'all, so y'all can see before I start pulling this stuff out. Because if you're not new here, you know, after a while, all of the height and the bushiness, it starts to pluck my nerves. But look at this, y'all. These are cucumbers. I planted them later, and they starting to grow. Yeah, so I might do a garden tour for y'all tomorrow. I'm about to plant these carrots, though. I'm all over the place today. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. Guess what? I have successfully planted all the bags back out, and I have not run into that little guy. So, very excited about that. Got my watering can for my seedlings. I want to be successful this year. So, like I said, we'll just remove one and pour some water in there. Make sure that everything is moist, and then I can just pour the water off of it. But they'll stay up here until I see my first sprouts. Then I'll take this humidity dome off, because you don't want to leave the humidity dome on once they start to sprout, because that's where you're going to get leggy seeds from, and that's also when they're going to need light. So no light, too much moisture, leggy seedlings. But until they start to sprout, you can leave this humidity dome on, and they do have the opening and closing, so you can turn this and you can let air in, or you can close it. It's hot out here. Virginia Zone 7B. It is hot, so I'm gonna leave mine open. We're gonna go ahead and put some water in this one too. Make sure all of our trays have moisture, because you need moisture for them to sprout. So that's what they need: contact with the soil and moisture to sprout. And just like that, I love these things. I can already tell I'm gonna love them. I can already tell. It's so much, they're so easy to use. So we're gonna leave this up here, and we're gonna grow some seeds for fall. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in the garden just about every day. Bye, y'all.